Good afternoon, DPEE families, and welcome back to the September 24th Principal's Office. Hola, familias de DPEE, y bienvenidos a la oficina del director. Si necesita traducción al español, active los subtítulos aquí. Haga clic en el botón de configuración aquí. Luego haga clic en subtítulos. Haga clic en el traducir automáticamente y desplázese hacia abajo hasta español. Haz clic en español y estás listo. All right, families, again, welcome back and happy Friday. We hope you all had an amazing week and are getting ready for your weekends. This week for Principal's Office, we are going to go over some important dates, and we have an update for an important date for you, as well as family feedback now that we have rolled out busing as part of our arrival and dismissal process, and then some announcements in regards to busing, reminder about after school, as well as some additional announcements there. Thank you all for being here with us and spending your time with us today. All right, so some important dates, a lot of which you all know. We know that Latinx Heritage Month began on September 15th, and later in this presentation, we will hear how we will be involving our families in that. And you will also be receiving a calendar at a later date in the events that we will be doing at our school with our scholars to honor Latinx Heritage Month as well. A very important date on October 6th, we will be having a virtual back to school night presentation. The Zoom link will soon be in your inboxes and on Instagram so that you can all log on that night. And then we will have back to school night classroom visits on October 7th, with first grade being from 5:30 to 6 and kindergarten being from 6:15 to 6:45, where you will be able to visit our building, come in and receive academic materials on what your scholars have been working on in school and what they will be working on after the units that are finishing up soon. And you'll learn more about math, ELA, science and social studies, and all of those things. We will not have any school on Indigenous Peoples Day, that is October 11th. We will also not have school on November 2nd, where we are closed for Election Day. On November 5th, we will be having our first virtual coffee and conversations, specifically for our families and our leadership and operations team. We will sign on to Zoom from 8:30 to 9:30 and open the space for any questions, dialogue that we need to have about things that are going on in our school, and spend some time with our families and get to know you all a little bit better. So please mark that date on your calendar and the Zoom link will soon come your way. As a reminder again, we are now on our full week schedule. And so that means that Monday to Thursday, scholars arrive at 7:45 and dismiss at 3:30. And our scholars on Fridays arrive at 7:45 again and dismiss at 1 p.m. If you have any questions about that, please let us know. Family feedback in terms of our arrival and dismissal procedures, which has been our focus for the last few weeks and will continue to be our focus through September and early October. What we are doing very, very well. We are receiving updates from you all about dismissal methods for our scholars that may be changing before 3 p.m. and before 12:30 p.m. on half days, which are our cutoff times. Super appreciative for that you are giving to us to support us in getting our scholars home safely. Getting that information early allows us to make the changes that we need to make to put them in the right place and get them all home to you. Second, glow there, something we're doing very well. We are getting faster and faster at our scholar transitions to their cars, as well as to those families who are picking up in the walker line. So thank you all for your patience as we revamped that system to get as quickly as we possibly could there. Where we can get better for our car line. Please make sure you are staying in your car until you are directed out of the parking lot by a staff member, and specifically staying in the car line. We've noticed that some families have been leaving the car line a little bit early or creating a way to get out of the car line and out of the parking lot. That presents a very severe safety issue for our scholars as they are being walked to their car. So please make sure that you are staying in the car line and we will get you out as quickly as possible and create a pathway for you if we need to. For the buses, please make sure you are sending the health screening form before 7:30 a.m., but by 7:30 a.m. as a cutoff time. And then when you are sending the health screening form, you are filling it out as your scholar. So making sure that your scholar's name is filled out in those fields when it asks for first name and last name. And when you send it to us, our operations team, to that DPEES_info email, please make sure in the subject line of your email, it says your scholar's name -health form. So for example, Johnny Rocket -health form. Reason being, when we receive all those emails, we're receiving about 50 emails a day. And so automatically seeing the scholar's name, the health form, it makes it faster for us to confirm that that scholar is cleared to come into the building for the day. So we appreciate you all in supporting us there. Second thing for the bus, we have already this week responded to a few different bus incidents with scholars on the bus. And so we are actively making sure we are reinforcing expectations with our scholars and that they understand those expectations and are being held accountable to those expectations. Please, please, please make sure you are reviewing the following expectations with your scholars if they are riding the bus. That is that they are staying seated, they are staying buckled, they are being kind to others, and they are following directions the first time, especially from the bus driver on the bus. As we know, there are no monitors on the bus at this time and for the near future. The Office of Pupil Transportation let us know in the summer that they would not be providing monitors on our buses, and we let you all know that during our enrollment meetings. And while that is unfortunate, and we hope that that does change, that is the reality. And so it's very important that our scholars are following those expectations for the safety of themselves and for others. So when we put them on the bus, we will put them in a seat by themselves, and then they will be directly across from someone else that they can talk if they'd like to, but they're in their own space. We will make sure that they are buckled before they take off with the bus, and then we will make sure to repeat those directions before they leave us for the day. If you hear of any incidents on the bus, if anything requires follow-up that you know of, please let us know, and we will do so the next morning. Okay, so as we rolled out busing this week, we know that there were a few bus delays in when buses were arriving at stops, when they were coming in the morning, clarity in where to pick up scholars at a certain stop. And so thank you all for letting us know those as soon as they happen. As soon as you all give us that information, we hop on the phone with the Office of Pupil Transportation and our bus drivers to make sure that that information is clear and that we are consistently dropping off scholars where they need to be dropped off. We will make sure that we continue to work with our bus drivers on timing and communicate any delays that come up. If a bus is late, if they leave our building late for whatever reason, we'll make sure we update families accordingly. For the Friday stop times, the Office of Pupil Transportation has not yet provided us with Friday drop-off PM times. They have told us that we essentially need to calculate those for our families. Ms. Felice will be sending out a school mint message, or a Dean's List message rather, that explains how you will calculate your Friday drop-off time for your scholar. Essentially, it is the same amount of minutes that it takes Monday to Thursday. So for example, if our dismissal time is at 3:30, which it is for scholars on Monday to Thursday, and my drop-off time for my scholar is 3:50, that means it will take 20 minutes from the time that my scholar is dismissed to the time that my scholar arrives at the stop. And so I need to calculate the same for Friday. So since our dismissal is at 1 p.m., my scholars should arrive at their stop by 1:20, considering that it takes them 20 minutes Monday to Thursday. Ms. Felice will be following up again on Dean's List with that messaging in writing. And if you have questions or if you need help calculating for a Friday PM drop-off, please let us know. Okay, and then last week we rolled out an update about after school. If you are still in need of aftercare, we have began a partnership with Tiny Steps Daycare in the Bronx. Their contact information is here. The contact person that we have been in touch with, her name is Sheena Amadis. You can reach her at 786-992-7032. And she will go over pricing and quotes for you all, depending on what days you need your scholars to be there. Please do let us know if you plan to enroll your scholar in Tiny Steps Daycare so that we can look out for them during dismissal, as they do pick up from our building during dismissal time. And some final announcements. And so I will start on the right with the health and safety. As you all know, and you have been doing a great job of, please continue to fill out your health screening form for your scholar daily. And let us know if you would like assistance in bookmarking it on your phone for easy access. We are in need of many COVID consent forms, So please check our Instagram as well as our newsletters for the link and the instructions on how to complete your COVID consent forms. Part of being enrolled at our school is that all scholars are consenting, or all scholar families are consenting to COVID testing, randomized COVID testing weekly. And so we need to have that documented for all scholars. Once you have completed your form and you received a confirmation code, please email it to our info email that's listed there. Okay, if you are still in need of uniform shirts, please follow up with Ms. Roche Jimenez so she can get those with you. We've welcomed a few new scholars this week. And so if you are in need of those shirts, please let us know and we will definitely make sure your scholar gets home with those. As we've discussed, early pickup needs to happen before 3 p.m. on full days and before 12:30 p.m. on half days. And then scholars are marked as late pickup at 3:45 on full days and at 1:15 on half days. And our goal is that all scholars are out of our building, whether they are taking a bus, being picked up, or coming by car or leaving by car by 3:45 and 1:15. Okay, and so our greatest announcement for this week, in a way in which we want to celebrate our families, is for Latinx Heritage Month. And so to celebrate our families who identify as being Latinx, Hispanic, or Spanish, we are gathering family videos where you would describe your culture and why it is important to you. So what foods do you eat? What songs do you like to listen to? What traditions do you have? These are really important information for our scholars to learn and know. And specifically also, what country does your family come from, or your ancestors come from, that our scholars can learn about. So these videos will be watched by our scholars and our staff so that they can learn more about their families, the families around them, of their peers, and so that our staff can do the same. If you would like to submit a video, we would love to have it. And you can either email it to our info email or text them to Ms. Cisse, who is a kindergarten teacher in Queens College, but also our DPEE civics coordinator for the 2021-2022 school year. And you can text her at 646-532-8698 with your video if that's easier for you. All right, and as always, this is how you can reach us. We have Ms. Roche all the way on the left, Ms. Felice right next to her, Ms. Monahan next to Ms. Felice, and myself all the way on the right with our emails and phone numbers underneath. These will also be in the newsletter if you need them. Please reach out with any questions or concerns. We know that we are rolling out a lot of new different systems and things, and we are expecting a lot of our families in terms of being very communicative and staying on board with us and being able to change these systems very quickly if we need to make them the most effective they could possibly be for our kids. And so we appreciate you all for your flexibility and are very excited to continue our partnership together. Thank you all for all that you do. Have a great weekend, and we will see you soon. Bye, everyone.